We are working in the green Big Ideas Record and Practice Journal today, and today we are actually working on 5.1 and 5.2 together, and we are working on ratios. Now for ratios, we are just doing a part-to-part comparison. And for number one, we are simply comparing forks to spoons. So we just want to count up our forks. We got 7 forks, and then we want to count our spoons. We got 5. So our ratio would be 7 to 5. Now, if they ask you for forks to spoons, then you have to give them forks to spoons. You can't flip it around, otherwise it's not going to be correct. For number 2 in your Record and Practice Journal, we've got toothbrushes to toothpaste. Again, simply count them up. We have 10 toothbrushes, and we have 6 for the toothpaste. So our ratio would be 10 to 6. Again, it's got to be toothbrushes first, toothpaste second. Now, just on a quick little side note, we can certainly write our ratio a couple different ways. We can write it kind of like a fraction, 10 over 6, but we're still going to kind of call it 10 to 6. We can write it with the word 2, T-O, 10 to 6 like that. And then you can also write it with a colon, 10 to 6 like that. So with your ratio, you can write it 3 different ways. And again, the ratio is a part-to-part comparison. For 5.2 in your Record and Practice Journal, you're basically trying to find the missing piece. If we have basketballs to footballs, if we have 5 basketballs and 10 footballs, if we have 20 footballs, how many basketballs are we going to have? Well, 10 times 2 would be 20, so we want to make sure we do 5 times 2 and get 10. So 5 over 10 is your ratio, and then 10 over 20 would be your other ratio. You can also work this problem out and cross multiply and divide. We did a couple of these examples in class. Obviously, there's more than one way to get your answer, but we will do this a little bit more towards the end of class. If you do 20 times 5 and then divide by 100, you will still get your answer of 10. So 20 times 5, cross multiply, and then divide by the one that's left. 5 times 20 divided by 10 would give you 10. For the last one here, number 4, it says CDs blank to 30, DVDs 9 to 27. Again, we kind of have little charts on in our books. 9 times what gives you 27? 9 times 3. So blank times 3 gives you 30. And what would that be? That would also be 10. So 10 times 3 gives you 30, 9 times 3 gives you 27. Your ratio would be 10 to 9, CDs to DVDs, and that would be the same as 30 to 27. So once again, this is 5.1 and 5.2, and we are working on ratios, that part-to-part comparison.